And welcome, college basketball fans. This is where you want to be, right here on 2K Sports. Some great action ahead, and we're happy to have you here along with us for the ride. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. It's Arizona facing Villanova.
And the thing you love about collegiate sports, the passion, the energy, I mean the competitiveness and that hunger and drive to succeed and show what you have, it's really always a marvel to watch.
No doubt about it, Greg. And seeing these players out here tonight, I remember how the love for the game of basketball in those formative years when I was playing college was so invaluable. I mean, the experience you gain with excellent coaching and mentorship at this level, really a huge part of where you go with your talent.
A look at Arizona's starting group. They've got Mitchell. Johnson is out there with Hollis Jefferson. And it's Lawson in at the point.
And the Villanova Wildcats have had a recent surge in their program over the past decade. Since about 2005, they have been a consistent presence in the tournament and also have won a few conference titles.
And so it looks like Arizona will retain possession here. Johnson, the pass to Lawson. He feeds it to Mitchell. And the pass to Lewis. They set the screen. 6 to shoot. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Arizona needs to get off a shot. It's stolen by Bryant.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
And here's Arizona now, following the three-point attempt by Freak.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
And it's Bryant missing.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Arizona with another miss. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Now here's Freak, guarded closer. There's the pick. Stolen by Lewis. Here's Lawson. He dishes it to Lewis. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yes, exactly. It's with them.
And, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
Villanova trails by 6. Goodwin with the steal. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul. Now Goodwin. The screen from Ewing. Now here's Goodwin. D right on him. 6 on the shot clock. Arizona moving the ball around. Lets it go from the wing. And the shot no good, a bit short.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in. And that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
Taking a look at Arizona. We've got Williams. Ewing is out there with Goodwin, and it's Carter in at the 2. Now here's Williams. Another miss by Williams.
And with Arizona, you know they're going to be competitive year in and year out. They do a great job of recruiting, and they always seem to field a team ready to make a deep run in the tournament. Just a very consistent program.
Hello and welcome back. This is college basketball on 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg as we get set for the second half.
And guys, without a doubt, it's been a rough go so far here for Freak and his team. They just can't find anything to capitalize on consistently thus far.
And Greg, I'm anticipating plenty of adjustments from the coach. But I tell you what, when it comes down to what happens in the second half, it's about the players executing. A few quick baskets right out of the gate, and it's anybody's game.
Freak, he's in at point guard. Also Bryant out there. Cooper is out there with Miller. And it's Ilgauskas in at the power forwards position. And for Arizona, Hollis Jefferson is out there with Mitchell. Then it's Johnson, and it's Lawson in at the 1.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
That is good. And the Arizona lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Freak. Lawson with it. Out defended by Freak. Johnson outside. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Johnson left side. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Arizona shooting their first free throws of the night right here. Well, for the Arizona Wildcat program, they didn't really become the force it is today until the 80s. Since then, Greg, Arizona has been a big player in the conference.
How about having a string of conference titles, 14 in total, all coming since 1986.
And a nice shot by Bryant.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded-out physical game. That's
the kind of look they can continue to go with. Maybe that'll help them create some separation on the scoreboard.
And a wide-open look for Freak. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
And for the Wildcats, arguably their best years were in the late 90s and early 2000s. In 1997, they won their lone college championship. A lot of trips to the Final Four around that time, too.
And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him. The screen from Ewing. Here's Roberts. Goodwin kicks to Carter. Pass to Goodwin. Carter outside. Clock at 6. And it's Goodwin atop the key. On the wing, Williams. Arizona with another miss.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that. And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing.
So both teams changing it up here. Clark, plenty of drama in this one so far.
And I would not be surprised if it goes right down to the buzzer.
And Arizona has been on the upswing in recent seasons, though. They continue to come into the tournament as a high seed and win their conference. This could be the start of kind of a second golden age for the program.
Freak, he's in at the point. Also Bryant out there. Miller is out there with Cooper. And it's Ilgauskas in the power forward.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Arizona trails by 4. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Landry, no good.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm. And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
1:51 left here in the second half of the game. 1:49 left here in the second half. The dish now to Lewis. Back to Landry. Arizona moving the ball around. Shoots the three, and he gets it to go. $1:33 left here in the second half.
And, you know, we've seen a lot of great point guards over the years, and Freak is right at the top for me. The things he can do with the ball are special. And he knows how to control the flow of the game, too. He's not only highly skilled, but he's a maestro in orchestration.
And it's really interesting. Controlling tempo and pace is oftentimes something that most point guards don't really learn until they are pros. But Freak understands how important that is already. It's a big part of why so many think he'll be successful as a point guard on the next level.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And Arizona making a change here. Lawson's checked in. So he gets them both, and it's a three-point game.
Needed those and got it. Terrific job at the line under pressure.
Now Arizona with it. They set the pick. And the layup's good off the glass.
Loose D here. Critical stretch. I mean, you're better off sending them to the free throw lines than to have them get that good a look.
58 seconds left here in the second half of the game. And here's Arizona now. It's a one-point game. He kicks it to Lewis. Back to Lawson. To take the lead. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
So he comes up empty, missing both. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
Five to shoot to the inside. Here's Lewis. The tagger. He drills the game winner.
Oh, and he wins it at the buzzer.
Wow, what a finish. What a remarkable way to close it out. Game time.
So Arizona wins it. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to this broadcast of college basketball on 2K Sports. The action doesn't get much better than two of the most dynamic teams in college basketball going at it on the hardwood. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see Villanova facing the UCLA Bruins.
And you know, guys, we go back many years broadcasting college games, and it never gets old. Every big-time player makes a name for themselves at the college level, and we could see that again on display here tonight.
Well, with a guy like Freak suiting up, you know that there are going to be scouts watching his every move, but you look at the roster of both of these teams, and they're really loaded with talent.
Now we'll look at Villanova's starting lineup. Freak, he's in at the point. Also Bryant out there. Miller is out there with Cooper. And it's Ilgauskas in at the 4.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop. And, guys, so many great players from UCLA in the NBA over the years. Kareem, a former Bruin. Bill Walton also coming out of Westwood.
Here's Freak, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Well, for Villanova, they've had a lot of their graduates make waves in the NBA. You can find a Wildcat playing professional ball everywhere, it seems.
Yeah, some of the current Wildcats in the NBA. Kyle Lowry's had a terrific career thus far. Randy Foye are the big names. Dante Cunningham's another guy who's had an impact.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throw. Beautiful to watch.
Free passes to Campbell. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. The screen from Campbell. Free passes to Looney. Some nice ball movement by the Bruins. Pass to Fresh. Shot clock at 6. Here's Free. Sensational block. They recover it. Shot by Roberts, no good.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Kept alive. And out of bounds as the Bruins gain possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark. You know, with Foye and Lowry, as you mentioned, I mean, they played together at the same time for Villanova. It was one of the best backcourt.
Villanova leading by 10. So on the floor for UCLA. Looney out there with Campbell. Then it's Porter. Then there's Free. And it's Roberts in at the center position.
And that Villanova team with Foye and Lowry was great. The grit and toughness that they both still play with in the NBA today, born at Villanova. And in general, the Wildcat players are some of the toughest mentally around.
Freak. And the layup falls. Freak's got his second basket of the night. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Villanova.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover. You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Campbell kicks to Porter. Passes it to Free. Porter with it. There's the dish to Roberts. Shoots from 12. And it's Freak with the rebound.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off. Well, who could forget Villanova and their one college title? Come on now. It was one of the biggest Cinderella stories ever, one of the greatest upsets ever. Winning it all as an 8th seed, knocking down an outstanding Georgetown team back in '85.
Here's Free. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Bruins have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. Well, UCLA and all those incredible national titles in men's basketball, Clark, they were the program in the 60s and 70s.
Yep, completely dominated the landscape of college ball during that time. From 64 to 75, they won 10 titles in 12 seasons.
And guys, thinking again about the Bruins being so dominant during those decades, they set so many records in that time frame, won 88 games in a row, which is still a record for men's basketball.
Villanova shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And you think about the impact those years of dominance have had on UCLA. I mean, still one of the most honored and storied and decorated programs in the United States. I mean, they are the program on the West Coast, although the Wildcats might argue, at least recently.
Feeds it to Starks. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Hard to watch UCLA and not think of the Wizard of Westwood, John Wooden. Not just his impact on the school, but his place in the history of basketball. He helped put college basketball on the map in a big way.
He's perfect from the line this time. The legendary John Wooden was the coach at UCLA from 1948 until 1975, and Greg, he built his program from obscurity into one of the most storied programs in the country.
Yeah, I mean, he was a fantastic coach, arguably the best of all time, and even a better person by all accounts. I mean, there's a reason why such great awards carry his namesake. He coached a lot of the greats in terms of our game.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. UCLA trails by 9. Pass to Thomas. Here's Fresh. A three ball. Rebounded by Moore. And we've reached halftime in this one. And we welcome you back to college basketball here on 2K Sports as we get ready to get going for the second half of play.
And guys, I think we may see some strategies being adjusted here as we get into the second half. Still plenty of time to cut into this lead.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Freak has done a good job of getting his team in this position, and they got themselves a bit of breathing room in the first half, and all they have to do the rest of the way is manage the lead.
So on the floor for Villanova, Freak, he's in at point guard. Also Bryant out there. Cooper is out there with Miller. And it's Ilgauskas in at the 4 slot. Miller dishes to Freak. Lets the three fly. UCLA grabs the miss.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
No doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
They set the pick. Free passes to Campbell. Buries the long-range jumper. 6 points for him.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Martin's checked in for UCLA. Now Porter, Morris outside. Johnson the screen. Morris kicks to Johnson. And here's Porter, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
They've got Fresh. He's out there with Porter, and it's Roberts in at the pivot, manning the middle. Here's Freak. Good work defensively by Morris. UCLA trails by 8. Porter dishes to Roberts. And there's the pass to Porter. He kicks it to Roberts. And some changes here for the Bruins. Looney's checked in for Johnson. Campbell comes in for Morris. And Freeze subbed in for Porter. Villanova making a switch here. Here's Fresh. Goes back up. The shot by Looney, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Bryant passes to Freak. Fires from 14. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
UCLA trails by 10. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Campbell shot's good. .139 left to play here in the second half. Here's Freak. From outside, off the mark. Shoots from 12. And off the front, and in it goes.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
No good. The Bruins go the other way with it. Fresh, the pass to Campbell. And that is good.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Villanova making a switch here. Ilgauskas is checked in. Villanova leading by 4. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Freak missing.
Boy, he's got a nice looking stroke. That almost went in.
Yeah, and a lot of times he'll still knock those down no matter how good the D is.
Kicks to Roberts. The layup off target.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
There's 38 seconds left in the second half of basketball. And so they foul intentionally.
It's been a tough go for him. Just an uncontainable game for Freak. 15 points and 2 rejections. Passing and free throws, those are 2 areas where you love to get production.
And I like the fact that he's been a positive player all day. Hasn't had a lot of errors in the game.
The free throws go down and the lead goes up.
Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
The putback, good. And now they trail by just 4.
That is a fantastic job to stay with the play and never give up. Great effort. Excellent effort.
And no problem there in the first free throw. 1-on-1 situation, so he'll get another. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game. We've got 28 seconds left here in the second half. .26 seconds left in the second half of basketball. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring them to within 3.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 5-point game.
Wow, I tell you what, those free throws will give them some much-needed breathing room. Two-possession game now.
Here's Free. Off target from three-point range. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You can't be happy about it, but honestly, at this point, the game's probably out of reach anyway.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Barton passes to Campbell. The high post shot. That's short off the rim. So it's Villanova picking up the win. Thanks for joining us, and hello, college basketball fans. We've got a great night ahead and a couple outstanding teams going at it. We're going to have the pleasure to watch. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. It's Louisville facing Villanova.
And guys, there's just nothing quite like a packed house for a college hoop game. You hear the student section rocking and the band playing. This is pure basketball.
Greg, there's a unique energy and vibrancy with college basketball that is unique. I mean, when you get two high-profile teams meeting up with future stars making a name for themselves, I think it just adds to the excitement.
Here are the starters for Louisville. We've got Sanders. White is out there with Payton, and it's Rozier in at the point guard. And it's Freak missing. On defense, Villanova. It's a three-point game. There's the feed to Sanders. To the wing right side. And stolen by Freak. Fast break, Villanova. Freak with the ball. Sanders with the steal. Pass to Rozier. Back to Sanders. Here's Mack. Feeds to White. 5 to shoot. Kicks to Mack. Here's Sanders. Miller grabs the miss. Cardinals on D.
You know, so often we can forget that these players are student athletes. I mean, Freak does not have that problem. He's an amazing student off the floor and is very dedicated in the classroom.
And how about Freak with a 4.0 GPA, an honor student in high school, and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
Louisville passing it around. White the pass to Rozier. Another shot. He kicks to Payton. Over Miller. Louisville again missing.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Freak laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Freak's got 5.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
And the Cardinals will go for a different look here. The drive by Russell. That's good.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
And a wide open look for Freak. Hands it from downtown. Freak's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Villanova.
And Freak has really come out blazing here in the first half. Absolutely imposing his will on the opponent.
And, Greg, that's what great college players do. I mean, they control the game and really make the opposing defenses adjust to them.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Matter of fact, a lot of his points came from the stripe. He was feeling it. He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
Price outside. Outside, Russell. Passes to Thomas. Here's Hughes. Price kicks to Jones. Price outside. Just 5 on the clock. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Price has got himself on the board. The 3 there. And some changes here for Villanova. Cooper. 1:02 left to play here in the half. Freak in at 2 guard. Clarkson is out there with Bryant. And it's Ross in at the 5. From 8. Mack grabs the miss. Mack's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And for Louisville, we've got Early, and it's Russell in at the 2. Mack dishes to Early. 35 seconds left here in the first half. Russell high post. There's the pass to Hughes. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Villanova leading by 3. And there's Bryant. That's good on the assist by Freak.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
And here are the Cardinals. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Odom kicks to Mack. Got a hand on it, but they'll get another chance. Here's Odom. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And the first half comes to a And we welcome you back to college basketball here on 2K Sports as we get ready to get going for the second half of play.
Guys, we had a tight game through the first half. I think we'll see more of the same coming out of the break.
And it's just going to take one big run for one of these teams to establish control. If Freak can get hot, his team has a great chance of coming away with the victory.
Freak, he's in at the point. Also Bryant out there. Cooper is out there with Miller. And it's Ilgauskas in a power forward.
And guys, over the years, Louisville has had a reputation of being a high-flying offense. You know they'll play at a high tempo and create a lot of chances. It's just what has worked for the program for so long.
On the court right now for the Cardinals, we've got Rozier. White is out there with Payton. Then there's Sanders. And it's Mack in at center.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And, Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
Now here's White following the miss by Freak. Here's Rozier. That's good. Greg, you said it moments ago, Louisville, a team that can get up and down the floor with great ease on both ends. They like to be Clark the aggressor in every situation.
Well, Kevin, you're right. They've always been able to recruit tremendous talent. Not only skilled, but athletic players, too. And it's hard to think of a Louisville team that doesn't get up and down quickly.
Thomas checked in for the Cardinals. Price comes in for Rozier. Some nice ball movement by Villanova. Here's the three. Can't get it to go. Good D by Price. Louisville trails by 5. White with it. Jones covering. There's a good screen. Screen by Sanders. He used that pick to get in close.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Cooper with the bucket.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Price kicks to White. The three. The shot no good. Villanova goes the other way with it. There's Freak. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And now an 8-point Villanova lead.
One thing with Freak that we know is he makes sure he gets his shots up no matter what. One way or another, he's going to get his workout in, and that's why so many are confident that he'll continue to improve.
Part of it is that he has a twin sister who actually taught him how to play ball. She helped him develop his game and become the player he is today. Pretty nice to have a sibling willing to help you develop your skill set on the court.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and gameplay. Beal, the pass to Freak, unloads from 13. And Villanova jacks on 2 more.
And defensively, these guys are looking for answers since halftime. They've seemed disjointed and out of sync. They have got to get back that rhythm defensively.
Price kicks to Thomas. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And that was not a soft foul he had to get through, Greg. I mean, he had to really power that one up and in.
That's good. And that's 19 points for Freak.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Freak in at shooting guard. Miller is out there with Clarkson. And it's Beal in at the point. Here's Hughes. Thomas a screen. A drive by Russell. He got right to the cup using that screen.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Thomas passes to Hughes. Here's Mack, covered by Ilgauskas. Mack, no luck. Villanova leading by 7. Freak dishes to Beal. Ilgauskas up top. He feeds it to Freak. The three. And it's Russell with the rebound. And here are the Cardinals. Rozier the pass to Mack. Villanova grabs the miss.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
Here's Rozier. He's covered by Beal. Pass to Hughes. Shoots from 12. Villanova grabs the miss. Freak's got 6 rebounds in the game. Inside. Clarkson kicks to Beal. to the paint. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Some changes here for Villanova. Cooper comes in for Clarkson. And it's Bryant in for Beal. Rozier the pass to Matt. Fades and shoots. And that one's good.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
And here's Freak. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
It's going to be tough for him here, but maybe, just maybe, it's not over yet.
Cannot afford any empty possessions. They've got to recycle everything, partner.
Here's Rozier. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's the first, and that brings them within 5. And Matt drops them both. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the second half. And they go to the intentional foul. There's Freak. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. And Villanova leads by 7.
Just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on a limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
Here's Price. Outside Odom. Price, the pass to Hughes. Louisville, no good that time either. Can't get it to fall. So it's Villanova picking up the win. This is where it's at, folks. The college tournament ends here tonight. For one team, the joy of a lifetime will be achieved. And there's no doubt going to be some incredible action all along the way. Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We'll see the Wisconsin Badgers facing Villanova.
Kevin, this is the night where we are going to see some intense basketball. High energy, lay it all out on the line for college hoops. Everything these young players have worked towards their entire life comes down to this exact moment.
And you can bet, Clark, that each and every player here tonight feels the importance of this game like no other in their lives, really. A big key in coming through in a big game like this is how well you can compose yourself. How do you handle the pressure of the big stage? We'll find out soon enough. which of these teams has the ability to harness all of that raw energy and focus on getting the job done.
Let's check out Wisconsin's starting lineup. We've got Kaminsky. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Decker, and it's Evans in at the 4 slot.
And with any championship game, you know that every player is going to have their heart racing for the first few minutes. That's just natural. That's adrenaline. They'll need to remain calm, though, and let the game come to them and kind of ease into it.
And one guy, guys, I'll keep an eye on in this one is Freak. He is the consummate leader for his team. He can come out strong and play his game while keeping his intensity level up. It'll be just what they need to claim the title.
And it's Villanova with the ball. After the Badgers picking up a basket just moments ago.
Move the ball. Sticking too much.
Fires from deep. And it's Freak missing. Well, Wisconsin has had a bit of a renaissance in their program of late. Clark, last decade and a half, have seen them put up some great seasons.
And you know, Kevin, the Badgers weren't really a major powerhouse in hoops until the turn of the century. But now, they're one of the most consistent teams in the country.
On defense, Villanova still without a basket in the game. They double in with Freak. No good from Gibson.
You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports, so it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his final game as a collegiate player.
Beals checked in for Villanova. And so Moore nails both of them. And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Decker. Then it's Kaminsky. And it's Evans in at the 4. Now here is Hill. To the inside. Kaminsky dishes to Evans. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down. And as we see Freak and his team go for the title here, he is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a 4-time All-American selection in high school and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal than high school.
Hill drives in, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Hill's got 6.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
Here's a chance for them to retake the lead.
Tell you what, they've done well to stick around these last few minutes.
Hawkins kicks to Decker, and it's blocked. Miller outside. Pass to Freak from past the arc. It's hauled in by Hawkins.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Now here is Hill. 6 points for him. Here's Decker. Up and in from the low block.
And what a journey it has been, really, for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Greg, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see him having a long and productive career at the pro level.
Inside, they set the pick. Outside Hill. And here's Decker. 6 to shoot. The drive by Hill. The rebound by Cooper.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get an and one there.
Both teams deciding to change it. And welcome back. We're just about ready to get going with the second half of a historical championship game. For those just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan, pleased to be alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony as we get set to watch how the college basketball season will end.
And in a championship game like this one, guys, you would have expected a close battle. I don't think either side is going to be able to run away and hide in this one.
And, Greg, tight games like this are where legends are born. I mean, if a player like Freak can come up huge in this final half of play, he'll anchor himself in school history as one of the greats to ever play the game.
Freak, he's in a point guard. Also Bryant out there. Cooper is out there with Miller. And it's Ilgauskas in a power forward. And for the Badgers, we've got Hawkins. He's out there with Hill. Decker is out there with Kaminsky. And it's Evans in at the 4. Now, here's Decker. Evans kicks to Kaminsky. The 3 from Hill. And out of bounds as Villanova gains possession. Ross is checked in for Villanova. Foster comes in for Bryant. And Wisconsin also making a switch. Gibson's checked in. This one for 3. Another 3 that time. A beautiful shot from Freak. Freak's got 11 points.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Here is Hawkins. Gibson the screen. And it's Hill penetrating.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And some changes here for Villanova. Morris checked in for Cooper. And Jones subbed in for Miller. And Wisconsin also making a switch. Dawkins checked in. Hill inside. Foster on him. Kicks it out to Hawkins. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
You know, he's always thinking. That's what I like about him. Spotted the open man and immediately changed out of his shot and gave it up.
And it's Freak missing. Wisconsin trails by 4. Hill kicks to Decker. Gibson with the screen on Jones. To the middle. Here's Hawkins. Gibson a screen. The shot by Hawkins, no good.
This game's still very much up in the air. I mean, this is where you start to separate the men from the boys and where heroes are born.
And one team looking to ice the win, the other hoping to force OT. I think right now you lean on your stars and get the ball to Freak every chance you get to try and come away here with the title.
Gibson with the screen on Foster. Hill passes to Gibson. Ross grabs the board.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
And that one's good. Freak.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way.
Villanova going with the whole new group out there. Wisconsin trails by 8. So on the floor for Villanova. Freak in at shooting guard. Cooper is out there with Miller. And it's Gaines in at the point guard. Here's Villanova. They're on an 11-2 run. That's tipped. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Hill, he's checked in for Wisconsin. Hawkins comes in for Peyton. Villanova leading by 6. Miller with the ball. He's picked up by Walker. Takes the 3. No luck. Inside, here's Hawkins. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists tonight.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little different. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way on that one.
Count it, and the Villanova lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Hawkins.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
Here's Freak. Drains it from beyond the arc. Freak's got 12 points in just the second half.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead.
We need to calm down. We're taking too many shots early in the clock. Let's get some ball movement and run something on the offensive end. Keep it simple. Let's throw it down inside.
Bryant is checked in for Villanova. Decker's checked in for Wisconsin. A minute 20 left to play here in the second half. Hawkins shot good.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Here's Cooper. He dishes it to Freak. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low. Really difficult for them to defend.
Some fantastic numbers here for Freak. He has 20 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on him.
And Clark, you can tell they're good right now when the ball leaves his hand. He has racked up a ton of points.
.56 seconds left here in the second half. Now Hawkins. Evans outside. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Miller inside. That's good. And now an 8-point Villanova lead.
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face, and we've been around long enough to know when a game is over. And this one is in that category.
Freak dishes to Miller to the left side wing. Cooper kicks to Freak. And Villanova, another 3.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
And out of bounds as the Badgers gain possession.
And that's...
So it's Villanova picking up the win. And what an incredible feeling it is for a team who's had to fight every step of the way. Right now, guys, there is no better feeling for them as they are the last team standing in this terrific tournament.
Kevin, you said, I mean, all the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears, now you see it paying off at this very moment.
There's been a ton of sacrifice along the way. I mean, from the kids and their parents and the support staff. They've brought this school to the top of the college basketball world right now.
Well, it's been a blast to be with you guys and our great fans.
Hello?
Hey, Ma, it's me.
Hey, Frequency.
I got you on speakerphone.
Okay, your sister there?
Hey, Mama, I'm right here.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Yvette's here too, Mama.
Hi, Mama. How you doing? I'm fine.
Does she have to be here?
Yes. Mr. Pagnotti, the agent I was telling you about, he's in the room too.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. Nice to meet you.
What a pleasure to finally meet the queen mother of this young, talented man, even if only by telephone.
That's sweet. Hang on, Frequency. Here comes your father.
All right.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone's well.
How you doing,
Daddy.
Mr.
Hey,
B?
Bobs.
I'm doing good.
So let's get to it.
Yeah, let's do this. We all know why we're here. This meeting is strictly confidential, 100% off the record. Didn't happen. We weren't even here. Capiche? Capiche means understand in Italian. Capiche?
Capiche.
Freak insisted that I have his entire family here. And I think it's great that he has a good support system around him. I've been doing this a very long time, and I work with some of the best. Now, let me rephrase that. I work with the best, and the best always seem to have a great support system around them. A family, if you will, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So let's cut to the chase. Leaving college early now and entering this year's NBA draft is the right move right now. And when you sign with me, Dom Pagnotti, as your agent, I will make sure you are well taken care of. I will make sure you are protected. With this freaking environment, I love it, freaking environment. This freaking environment thing you do when you get hot freak, we're gonna make you more money off the court than you will on.
We already have endorsements and things like that in mind, so.
Cece, I said we because we're gonna do this together. We're a team. We're Team Freak. But Freak, you need to be in the league first, right? That's why I'm here.
No, yeah, I hear you, Mr. Pagnotti, but like I told you before, I already promised my parents 4 years of college. That's a plan, man.
That's right.
Plans change, Freak. Listen, in life and in basketball, you need to adapt and change to the situation at hand. Now, even if you have the greatest coach and they draw up the greatest play and all the X's and O's
We met working at the post office together. Mark was the clerk, and I was a carrier. And I asked her out to lunch one time and take her for a bait.
Good evening and welcome to the NBA Draft. With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select
Karl Anthony Towns from the University of Kentucky.
With the second pick in the NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select
D'Angelo Russell
from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select
Jahlil Okafor from Duke University.
With the fourth pick in the NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select
Kristaps Porzingis
from Latvia. With the fifth pick in the NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select
Mario Hezonja from Dubrovnik, Croatia.
With the sixth pick in the NBA Draft, the Sacramento Kings select
Willie Cauley-Stein.
With the seventh pick in the NBA Draft, the Denver Nuggets select the point guard from Villanova University.
Let's do this, young man.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Frequency Vibration. Welcome aboard, young man. Welcome aboard.
Wow. Wow. This is bananas.
Take your time, baby.
Thanks, Mom. Okay, so I first want to thank everyone who made this possible. Mom, Dad, I couldn't have done this without you.
All right. You all.
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's almost hard to believe. But I'm ready. Now it's time for me to show everybody I belong and do my best to represent Harlem.
We're live from Houston, where the crowd is on their feet. Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports.
He's a great young player and even a better young man. So personally, I couldn't be happier for him. I know he's thinking about the game, but I hope he's able to take a moment to just enjoy this accomplishment.
Well said, and I hope so too. I mean, as a player, you want to stay even-keeled, but it's almost impossible. I mean, there's just so much that you've gone through.
Oh, and what a feeling it's got to be as we get to see the very first NBA bucket from Freak.
Yeah, and he's playing it cool right now, but let me tell you, I'm sure that basket means the world to him. There's nothing like the first one.
My thought is he's probably just happy to have it out of the way. I mean, no more waiting and wondering when it'll come. Those first points are finally in the rearview mirror.
So for the Rockets, Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for a reason. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Ty Lawson. And a switcher also for Denver. Dorsey's checked in. Barton, no luck.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
The Rockets again can't hit. And just as J.J. Hickson seemed to be finding some rhythm in his career, Clark, last season happened. His production dropped like a rock.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, after 2 straight years where he was starting, last season he was asked to come off the bench. And for J.J. Hickson, that just did not seem to be a good fit.
Jones, no luck. The Nuggets leading by 6. Here's Barton. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Freak. No good from outside. Here's Houston now. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And Denver has possession. 1:11 left in the first quarter of the game. No good with the triple. Rocket shooting a mere 25% from the floor in this first quarter. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
From the arc. Twice.